Robert Oppenheimer is usually remembered for one moment. A blinding flash in the desert. A mushroom cloud rising into history. The instant humanity learned how to end itself. But that's the easy version of his story. The cinematic version. The one that fits neatly into textbooks and movie trailers. The harder truth is that Oppenheimer didn't fall apart when the bomb went off. He fell apart when the world asked for another one. Many people think they know Oppenheimer, especially after the movie about him came out. They see the skinny guy in a pork pie hat, always looking a little distant, the quiet brainiac who basically birthed the atomic bomb. They think the story peaks in 1945, big flash in the desert, mushroom cloud, war ends, history pivots, credits roll, but that's not where it really hurts. The real breaking point came afterward, when the cheering died down. July 1945, Trinity test. New Mexico sand still warm from the blast. Everyone's hugging, slapping backs, officers grinning like kids who just won the science fair. The thing actually worked. Oppenheimer stands there, says the test was successful, voice calm as ever. But something inside him had already cracked, not from guilt exactly, not yet. It was worse. He realized the bomb hadn't frightened people enough. He'd honestly believed one demonstration would be so horrifying that humanity would collectively step back and say, never again. One bomb to end all bombs. Instead, the reaction was more. More bombs. Bigger ones. Faster delivery systems. The weapon wasn't the monster, but we were. Oppenheimer wasn't some unbreakable stoic hero. People forget that part. The guy was brilliant, sure, but he was also fragile. Anxious. Depressed for long stretches. As a young man, he'd been so emotionally wrecked he once tried to poison his own professor. That's not the profile of someone equipped to carry the guilt of hundreds of thousands of deaths on his conscience. Yet history handed him exactly that load anyway. People think Oppenheimer was the leader of Manhattan Project, but what they don't know is that during the project, Oppenheimer didn't control much. The military decided the targets. The politicians decided the timing. The scientists built what they were told to build. Oppenheimer followed orders. Not because he was cruel, but because, at the time, stopping Nazi Germany felt like a moral necessity. That's the uncomfortable truth. But after the war, when the enemy was gone, Oppenheimer changed. He began to speak carefully. Then critically. Then dangerously. He opposed the hydrogen bomb, a weapon far more destructive than the atomic bomb. He warned that science without limits would eventually destroy the very civilization it tried to protect. This made him a problem. America after World War II didn't want reflection. It wanted dominance. Fear was becoming a tool. Power was becoming a strategy. And Oppenheimer, once a hero, now sounded like hesitation. In a country moving toward the Cold War, hesitation looked suspicious. So they came for him. Not with guns or headlines screaming traitor. They did it the quiet, bureaucratic way, loyalty hearings, old letters dug up, past friendships weaponized, whispered doubts about his politics. They took away his security clearance in 1954. Not because he'd sold secrets. Not because he was a spy. Simply because he'd stopped cheering for endless escalation. Because he wanted to slow down when everyone else wanted to speed up. There's famous line everyone quotes, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." People hear it and think arrogance or dark pride. But listen closer. It's from the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is staring at the coming slaughter and hesitates. Krishna basically tells him, do your duty anyway. Don't get paralyzed by the consequences. Oppenheimer wasn't crowing. He was trying to convince himself it was okay. That's a very different feeling. He lived another 20 years after Trinity. Long enough to watch the arms race metastasize. Long enough to see hydrogen bombs, ICBMs, the whole nightmare logic of mutually assured destruction lock into place. He helped open the door, then spent the rest of his life watching everyone refuse to shut it. Nowadays, when people talk about AI, I hear the exact same sentences that were said about nuclear weapons back then. This changes everything. We can't fall behind. If we don't build it, somebody else will. That's pure Oppenheimer-era reasoning. And that's why the story still cuts deep. Because his real legacy isn't the bomb itself. It's the warning nobody wanted to hear. Raw intelligence without some kind of wisdom doesn't make us gods. It just makes us terrifyingly good at destroying ourselves. History didn't break Oppenheimer when the bomb exploded. It broke him when the world refused to listen. And that might be the most dangerous part of his story.